Hey everyone, I have a UU match against Batmon. He's also a YouTube battler, and found him on smogon, battled him before, and he kicked my butt, and I'm like, dude, I swear I can play better than that. Give me a rematch sometime, and this is it. Anyways, I lead off with my Primate, and he leads off with his Claydol. I thought he was going to lead off with Empoleon, which kind of brought Primate, but, you know, whatever. I go for a Choice Band of U-turn, does a little under half, and I switch into my Drapion just in case he decides he's a Psychic-type move, but he ends up just setting up rocks. And I'm like, alright, that's fine with me. And I knew he could take an Earth Power here, so I decided to go for a Night Slash. And I don't have much investment into attack, but I do have Sniper, and Night Slash does have a higher critical hit rate. I'm like, maybe we can get some hacks on him, you know, we'll see. And it doesn't, but it would leave for a 2-hit KO on him. So I expected him to switch out, not wanting to get killed. And so I go for a Toxic Spikes here, and I'm like, oh crap, this is a Heracross Guts, he's going to get Toxic, and I'm going to be screwed. So that wasn't too bright of a move. I have a tendency of looking at the teams in the beginning, trying to find out the lead, then completely forgetting all the other Pokemon once the match starts. So I forgot he had a Heracross. Anyways, he was locked into close combat because I figured he was choiced in some way, and so I go to my Dusknoir to make him switch out, go for a Shadow Sneak here, you know, expecting him to bring in Claydol. So that worked out well, and I go for a second Shadow Sneak, and it does knock out Terracotta, so that's good and done, which means my Toxic Spikes will stick around, because I think that's his only spinner, if it even is a spinner. Anyways, brings out his Batmon, his Tangela, so I switch out to Sceptile because there's nothing that I could do to him. I could burn him, except he's already poisoned. And I thought he was going to use Leech Seed, but he actually does Sleep Powder. I would have been immune to Leech Seed, but that didn't happen. Anyways, I go for Hidden Power Ice, just in case you want to try again for the Sleep Powder, but that doesn't happen. He brings in Empoleon, he resists it like crazy. I go for Leech Seed here, because I didn't know if he would switch out, since he is a Water type that switched into a Grass. Here with an Ice Beam, I take it barely, I barely survive, but I do get the Leech Seed recovery. I need to go for a Giga Drain, because I'm low on HP, and he brings in his Arcanine. I'm like, darn it. But, I mean, it does about a third, which is fairly good, and he does get the poison damage on him. So it brings him down to under half. But I do switch out expecting the extreme speed, and I go into Dusknoir to just completely be immune to it. Predict that correctly, so then he's going to get hit by poison damage again. So I thought, well, maybe he's in close enough range, I can kill him with a Shadow Sneak, but it doesn't do enough, and he hits me with the Flare Blitz. I am physically defensive, so I knew I could take that, and after recoil from Life Orb and Flare Blitz, he is dead. Dusknoir is about half HP, not bad, not bad. He brings in a Spiritomb. I'm like, ooh, don't really know what these do. So I go for the Pain Split to get some recovery, and he goes for a Pursuit. It's like, well, I guess it's a good thing I didn't switch out then, because then he'd probably be dead. And so I'm like, alright, so he has Pursuit. What else is he a wall? Like, I think he's a wall, so I didn't really expect him to be too offensive. But I go for the Earthquake, and it does pretty good damage, but he hits me with the Shadow Ball, which does end up knocking me out. I'm like, darn. And so I didn't expect, he has Sucker Punch, and I didn't expect this, so I thought, okay, I can get a Giga Drain off, heal some more, and all that, but I get killed with the Sucker Punch. I'm like, oh, no. Because then I realized he still has Empoleon. I'm like, crap, what am I going to do? So I bring a Primeape, and I just decide to go for the U-turn, but he does hit me with the Sucker Punch first. And, oh well, but he is knocked out from U-turn, and Primeape comes back to me. And I'm looking at this, I'm like, crap, what am I going to do? I send out Registeel, and because I didn't want to send in my Arcanine, because I didn't know who he was going to bring out. And here, I think I just decided to fodder him out. But he gets hit with the close combat, and I'm like, crap. I'm like, if this thing is Scarfed, I could be screwed. Like, because my Arcanine is Scarfed, yeah, but a jolly max speed Heracross Scarfed will outspeed my Arcanine just barely. So that's what I was worried about. But I go for the Fire Blast because I don't have any other options. And I do outspeed him and I kill him. It turns out he's running Adamant's Choice Scarf. So that worked out well for me. I knock him out, and I'm like, there's no way I'm killing this with Fire Blast. So I had to switch out, go into Primeape, and I thought he was going to be dead right here. I'm like, I'm going to have to try to kill this thing with Hidden Power Grass. But he lives, and I'm like, oh my gosh, please don't have Aqua Jet. He switches out, I go for close combat, and right here, I get a critical hit, and I'm like, oh my gosh, thank you. There have been no hacks this entire battle, except for that one sleep powder miss, but that's not really hacks. And I get it, and it is what decided the match. I'm able to take him out. I don't think I could have 2-hit killed him without the critical, even with poison, so... I mean, but I'm able to then go to close combat here and knock out his Empoleon. I'm just like, oh my god. I just about lost it there. Because I knew Arcane I wasn't going to be able to 2-hit KO Empoleon, so, I mean, good game, Batmon. It was a lot of fun, and it was a really close match. So, thanks for the duel. Hopefully we can have a tiebreaker sometime. Guys, check him out. I'll leave his page, a link to his page in the description. Comment, rate, sub to both of us. So, take care, everyone.